Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 5 between these two players, spawning in the 10 o'clock position as the red Protoss player, cannon rushing in 3 out of 4 of the games so far and successfully winning game 4 with it. It is Eiki of Carnage Esports. And his opponent, spawning in the 6 o'clock position on merry-go-round. He has won some pretty impressive games this series, but needs to win one more to secure 3rd place at the NorCraft Cup. Can he do it? It's SortOf. And this little probe knows that SortOf is down south. This little pylon might see a forge next to it. I see a forge. Guys, spoiler alert. Cannons Inc. Cannons Inc, bro. Probe gonna go here, and we're gonna see some cannons very, very soon. Oh, and don't forget, guys, we still have the competition up on facebook.com/NorCraft Cup to win gaming headsets and to win gaming mice as well. Make sure you go ahead and like that page and enter the competition. We will be drawing the winners straight after the end of this series. Alright, spawning pool first coming out from SortOf, because screw this! I am not going to be going for a hatchery until I have Zerglings out on the field. Fair enough. The Nexus has also, by the way, been started. So SortOf desperately trying to get into a normal game here. Absolutely, categorically unwilling to have to deal with another one of those cannon rushes. And the first 4 lings are coming out for him now, along with the Queen, long before a drone comes down here to try and put down a hatchery, because he is fed up of it. He does not want to have to deal with it. There's the drone now, but he's only going to have to worry about very, very minimal resistance here. Because I can assure you that this probe is going to get a taste of overkill. We have, well, it looks like the other 3 lings are also just going to make sure that there's a cannon up in the natural, but he will actually find that there. And wow, even putting down the pylon. So just delaying this as much as possible, as much as Protossly possible. And that is going to go down, needs to get cancelled now though. He doesn't want to let it finish because there are Zerglings there as well. Ooh, that's a little bit careless, and that's a waste of 100 minerals actually from Eiki. SortOf's going to be pleased with that as he puts down his hatchery. Now we have 3 lings trying to bypass the wall, not going to be able to do so. So a little bit of a mistake from Eiki there, really, not cancelling that pylon. And we are going to be going into the 3rd hatchery instantaneously here at the 4-minute 40-second mark. So this game, guys, I can guarantee will last longer than game 4. We're going to see longer than 5 minutes and 40 seconds here. Probably no matter what anything happens at this point. These things, they actually have a really cool stripy pattern on their back. I've only just noticed when they were standing still. And then SortOf goes and moves them around. Pretty slick. Got another Zealot after the first one, being chrono boosted out of this gateway here by Eiki. Mothership core on its way now as well, so 2 Zealots to begin. And, well, now that the 3rd hatch is on the way, we're just focusing on droning up as quickly as possible now. We have actually got the extractor, but bear in mind, after researching speed, he's taken all of the drones off of it. He just wants to make sure he can macro up just very, very quickly indeed, and get up to that lovely, juicy little 70 drone kind of mark ASAP. Zealot Sentry from a Protoss player, and I suspect we'll be seeing a little bit of tech at some point soon, although this pylon and this Overlord, not the greatest tech hiding here. I suspect it's going to end up here. There's the robotics facility, okay, so there's the choice of tech. We don't have a Stalker, we only have a Sentry, so the Sentry's going to have to come up here and tickle the Overlord to death. But on its current trajectory, it actually won't spot the robotics facility. Isn't that interesting? And he's putting another pylon here, perhaps to tempt the Overlord into scouting it. Is he going to see? Yeah, okay, he will see the robo. Cool. So another Sentry coming out. Roach Warren instantly here from SortOf. And he's up to 43 workers and counting right now, still continuing to drone up as the roaches come onto the field. and it looks like an Immortal. So when you see the second Zealot, you have to be wondering, where is that gas going? A second sentry has been produced, and we have a third sentry coming in, as well as Immortals being chrono boosted. Guys, this is probably going to be a sentry Immortal all in on game number 3. These 4 Lings are just going to scout out still. All they're going to see, well, actually 2 sentries against this Overlord is going to give him a little bit of a hint of what's coming here, and I think SortOf has to prepare as soon as possible. We actually have the lair and the Spore Crawler going down as well. So Spore Crawler is going down actually at the front as opposed to anywhere else. So in this particular case, if we see a Warp Prism at some point, maybe it won't be able to move with the rest of the army. But more sentries being chrono boosted. We've got the +1 coming down now as well. More Immortals as well. And 5 more gateways. This is a big all-in, guys. The Immortals doing their little sexy dance, sort of shifting around on their legs. There we go. Nice and synchronized there. And here comes the Warp Prism as well. This rush is going to go ahead. The Zerglings see it. We have 5 roaches on the way, and of course we're going to have a lot more from SortOf momentarily. The Glial Reconstitution has started as well. The Warp Prism will be joining this army. This is very, very tense. We have 2 Immortals, 7 sentries now moving out across the map. The Warp Prism will be joining them shortly. Hallucinated Phoenix leading the way. These Zerglings just going to confirm what is coming. They see the sentries. They see the Immortals. He wants to bait out as many force fields as possible long before they get to his base. That is the goal here, because once you get to the base, if you still have a lot of energy for those force fields, it makes it so difficult for a Zerg to defend. Will he be able to do it? Massive warp in of Stalkers. He just wants the DPS with this army now. He sees the roaches, and he's not been baited to using a single force field yet. SortOf, he's up to 145 supply versus 91. And this force field energy is going to become so critical. Here comes the Warp Prism, moving ever closer to the Zerg base. Guardian Shield goes up. First bunch of force fields only traps a couple of Lings, actually. And these roaches are going to be happy about that, because look at the numbers here from SortOf. He's doing this on 59 workers. Normally you want to be cutting at around 55. I think this should be fine. He's moving in, using the Time Warp energy now. He's off creep, don't forget. So the Time Warp's happened off creep. 3 more force fields go down and only trap a single roach. This is a great defense so far from SortOf. Lots of scary units being warped in now from Eiki. More sentries, more zealots coming in with this army composition. 123 to 160 supply, and SortOf trying his best to take bites out of these zealots so that he doesn't need to deal with them later. Where are the force fields? They're not actually being used at the moment. A couple of good ones down south, but this is all before Eiki gets onto creep, and for that reason I think SortOf is going to do a great job here. He's moving in, he's killing off a lot of the sentries. The 2 Immortals are doing so well, but they have to be lifted up into the Warp Prism. The rest of the army does actually get picked off at this point. No amount of Warp Prism micro is going to kill all of these roaches right now. And there is just the Mothership Core to worry about. Yes, they're in the Warp Prism. Yes, micro can be done. But right now it's 70 supply versus 145, and this all-in from Eiki has been defended beautifully from SortOf. Now, why do we call it an all-in? That's because he's on 45 probes. His army supply is 39 to 92 right now, and this counterattack is going to do so much damage on behalf of SortOf. This Mothership Core doesn't have enough energy for Photon Overcharge. These roaches are going to honey badger it into the natural expansion right now, and there isn't a lot Protoss can do. We're even gumming up the works on this warp gate, because why the heck not? And wow, a lot of damage could be done here. The Immortals are potentially going down. Oh, good force field actually stopping one of them. A second one comes out. Is it going to be able to kill it off? No! Actually, this defense now from Eiki is looking great, but he is still down 146 to 90 supply. And he's down 58 workers to 44 right now. These roaches are just trying to pick up as many workers as they can, down to 43. Looks like they will get picked up. They will get cleaned out here. And what is the rest of the damage? We're up to 5 Immortals now for Eiki. He might even try a follow-up attack here, but SortOf is already back up to 150 supply, and he's got 800 minerals in the bank. He's going to be able to just swarm in with 200. And he's coming in for round 2. Good force fields to prevent any more move up the ramp. And this number of Immortals, actually, you can't mess with that. But a 50 supply advantage also means that you can just contain the Protoss on 2 bases. And I feel like SortOf should just say, are you going to attack me again? Find out if it's going to happen, and if not, take a 4th base. But containing the Protoss in his base, look at this. No force fields have been used on creep this game. 0 force fields and 0 time warps, guys, have been used on creep. I really want to emphasize that right now. SortOf's been doing a great job of just keeping the energy down on the mothership core, on the sentries, long before they get to within range of a hatchery. And that's the reason why he's doing so well here. Oh man, 10 seconds until borrow. Potential sick incoming. Unfortunately, there is an observer with this army, but if this army sort of moves up over a bunch of roaches and then they unburrow in, that would be pretty sick. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to fall for that. Eiki knows about this trick. He's got the observer with this army. He is moving out for round 2. And he's going to be counterattacked by the roaches as soon as he sees the army moving out. Bye-bye Forge, if I'm the Zerg player looking at this wall correctly. And, well, he's going to have to attack now. He actually isn't able to move back. The Forge has been stopped because it's been unpowered, so we're just leaving a number of roaches here to kill off as many pros as possible, and everything is being pulled back to defend. Roach Hydra now. Those are the first force fields in this game on creep. And is this army going to be large enough? 188 supply versus 107 right now, but some great force fields actually moving in towards the 3rd base location. But here come the rest of the roaches. They're right on top of the Immortals. They can sack themselves with these Immortals. It's going to be it. GG. And SortOf, ladies and gentlemen, wins 3-2 and comes in the 3rd place position of the NorCraft Cup. What an incredible series we've seen here.